Hello, welcome back to the Word of Mouth podcast. Thanks for joining us again. We're coming to the end, near the end of season 2, which is beautiful moments, just all beautiful moments to share with everybody, for people to take inventory of their own lives and recognize a lot of the beautiful moments that are happening around them that they don't typically recognize, because in this fast-paced world, we're just go, go, go all the time, including me, and a lot of people with my personality type, I've talked about in previous episodes. I probably have undiagnosed high-functioning depression, anxiety, bipolar, narcissism, ADHD. I have a whole bunch of diagnosed stuff too. So, the way I look at it is, if you just take all those labels, slap them on my back, add them up, it equals winner. Because people with these types of personalities are winners. They get stuff done. They are the get stuff done people of the world. And one of those who I want to lovingly introduce is my oldest niece, Kamryn. Boy, is she a winner. She has that personality type. She is just a go getter since she was born, man. She was a varsity athlete as a freshman. She was a star athlete in everything she did. She made great grades, and then she graduated right before I got out of the Navy. Unfortunately, I missed out on most of their lives because I was always, I didn't live in Central Texas. But anytime I got the opportunity to go home, you ask anyone in my family, dude. As soon as I crossed the Waco city line, those 4 kids, my 3 nieces and my nephew, they were with me the whole time until the last second that I had to leave. I spent as absolute much time with them as I could when they were little, and now I'm happy to be a meaningful part of their lives as an adult, as they make their way into their young adulthood, and they actually listen to the stuff I say, which is nice, and they're having great success with it, which is encouraging them to do more. And I'm, to all my veteran buddies out there, man, you have so much, and the girls, servicemen and women, like, you have so much knowledge. You don't realize that if you could just find a way to put it in a message that the younger generation can understand and absorb, you can get some really amazing results. Right? They don't need these long-winded lectures anymore. Like, I don't even like nobody likes long-winded lectures. These episodes, these 6 to 10 minute episodes, are, from what I hear from them, are perfect. It's the perfect amount of time for them to listen, learn something, and move on with their day. And I invite anybody who wants to join in and share some of their, life lessons, military lessons, whatever lessons, business lessons. If you can capture it in 10 minutes or less, hit me up. I'll post it on the show, man. Put a picture of you, put all your information, email down there so people can reach out to you. And so I love this, because I said this in an episode before, and Kamryn laughed so hard. She said, "Finally, my dad has left me alone." Because her dad used to give her so much stuff, because she would get out of her car and, man, Kamryn looks just like her Uncle Bob, dude. We got all pinkies on deck. You look at our hands, every single one of our 10 digits has something on them. We're hugging stuff. I saw her get out of her car in Texas when I was there. She's got a water bottle and another coffee cup, just, on 2 of her fingers, keys hanging on her pinky. On her other hand, she's got, she's hugging her purse and all the trash from her car. But I'll tell you what, Kamryn Carter is not gonna waste this trip. Not in a million years. There ain't no way she's gonna walk 10 feet back to her car and get the rest of this stuff. She is gonna make one trip. She is gonna be all pinkies on deck. And, if you're that kind of person, right? And I was in the Navy in boot camp, they would have us do this line throwing drill, and the dialogue was to say, "All hands on deck," and then they would yell back, "All hands on pier." And then on the ship, you would yell 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, heave. And that meant you were throwing the line to the line handlers, right? And so for me and Kamryn, like, internally, our brains are going, all pinkies on deck, all thumbs on pier, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, heave 40 plastic bags from Walmart on both of our arms, cutting off the circulation to our wrist, probably slowly killing us as we walk to the house. We're on the verge of passing out because there's a lack of blood flow to our brains and our hearts, but we do not care because we are not making 2 trips back to that car. And if we pass out in the kitchen, so be it. We'll come to, and it'll be fine. Everything will be just fine. So let me introduce this young up-and-coming rock star of the world, Kamryn Carter, born in 2005 in Waco, Texas. So I think, sorry, Cam, your DNA is just altered. All of us, all the Waco babies, and she's just a go-getter. Like, I just think people where I come from are just naturally go-getters, and she's one of them. She graduated, but reconsidered going off to college because of the cost of college and everything, and decided to go the trade school route. She went to a construction chemistry trade school program at Texas A&M University after she graduated high school, and was immediately placed in a job. They have a 100% placement rate with the city. Kamryn graduated before I was still in the Navy, and so I couldn't get to her, but I was on a podcast called Building Great Sales Teams back in November of 2022. I'll put the link to that podcast onto this episode. And in that podcast episode, that was the first one I was ever on, I told a story called The Book and the Pen. And The Book and the Pen is about the basic disciplines of life. Just show up on time, look presentable, and that can, if you have to wear khaki pants and a shirt, then iron it, wash it, put on cologne, perfume, put on deodorant, brush your teeth, look presentable, right? And have a book and a pen and write things down. And that way, if you write it down, you won't forget to do it. And if you do that, if you always remember to do everything, then you will become dependable. And after you become dependable, your leadership starts to trust you. And once they trust you, that you're dependable, that's when opportunities are going to open up for you. And that is Kamryn was fortunately able to listen to that podcast, and she grabbed onto that book and pen concept and the basic disciplines of life. And so after the trade school program, she did it every day. Be on time, look presentable, book and a pen, smile, try, right? That's all you got to do, man. If you can show up and try, people will teach you anything if you'll just show up and try. So here she is, shows up, tries. Within 6 months, they decided there was a big conference in Washington, D.C. at the U.S. Department of Transportation, and they needed to select somebody from that graduating class to go up and represent. And who did they select? Boom. Kamryn Carter, 19 years old, got selected for her first trip to D.C. to brief at the U.S. Department of Transportation, to speak on stage, to meet the Secretary of Transportation. 19 years old. She called me, and we practiced for a whole week. I sent her a bunch of these little mini episodes, private episodes, just for me and her, on how to do good public speaking, get there early, set up the room, have a icebreaker joke, be genuine, talk like you're telling a story, not like you're reading from a note card or paper. We practiced. She sent me voice memos back and forth. She practiced in front of my stepdad, and I told her it's all about, you're either going to experience pain or you're going to prepare, right? If you prepare, you will experience no or less pain. If you don't prepare, you will experience moderate to severe pain. So she prepared. She got to D.C. She called me, FaceTimed me from her room. She was so excited. I told her, hey, go take a shower, go get some food, but come back to your room and get your outfit out, iron it, press it, spot clean it, get your book, pen, all your stuff ready for the morning. And so she goes down there in the morning, and she's got a professional outfit. You'll see it in the picture. This white shirt, jeans, and those white Texas boots, man. And she was just bubbly, on time, had her book and pen, doing everything. And her speech on stage was awesome. Everybody in the crowd was laughing. She was a total star. And the reason she was a total star is because she prepared. And that's what I told her. Fear is either going to propel you to success, or it is going to cripple you to failure, right? Fear is a good thing. You're scared to get up on stage? Start practicing now while you have time. Like, whatever it is, reach out, ask for help, and practice, prepare. So she did. And now she comes back from that. At that trip, they presented her with a full ride scholarship all the way up to a PhD at Texas A&M Prairie View University. Like, boom. Things are just happening for her. But she said, Uncle Bob, it's all because of the Book and the Pen podcast. I just did that and everything. And I told her, that's the deal, Cam. Every single day, you just got to show up on time, look presentable, have a book and a pen, be dependable, and good things will happen in your life. She gets home from the trip and they gave her a $6 raise. She's like, oh my God, the hits keep coming. But the good hits, let's have the good hits of life for our next generation. You don't need to experience the bad hits. I already did that for you, Cam. You don't need to experience the things I went. Just listen to me and don't do it. And then keep doing what you're doing, baby. I love you. You are off to success. All of you are. And I love that I get to introduce all of you one by one on this show. Best of luck, Kamryn. I love you.